In the Tower of London today, among the crown jewels, there sits a crown weighing 160 grams, 1,187 diamonds set in silver, 9 centimeters across, 10 times lighter than a standard royal crown. Victoria wore it for 30 consecutive years, every major state occasion. Alexandra of Denmark 9 years. Mary of Teck received it, but not a single photograph exists. Elizabeth Bowes Lyon refused it outright. And strangest of all, after 1937, the crown leaves the heads of queens forever. Why? Perhaps it was created to solve one woman's problem, and when that woman was gone, the problem went with her. December 1861. Prince Albert slips away. Victoria is left alone with an empire stretching from India to Canada, and with grief that has no end. She retreats to Windsor Castle. Black becomes her only color. Mourning veil, widow's cap symbols she cannot shed. Parliamentary sessions proceed without the royal presence. Official ceremonies are pared back to nothing. 10 years, an empire without its visible ruler. Her subjects begin to murmur, the Windsor widow. They call her in whispers. By 1870, the pressure has become unbearable. Victoria understands. She must return. But how do you reconcile a mourning veil with a royal crown weighing several kilograms? Let's see what she came up with. The imperial state crown, a massive gold piece laden with precious stones, is physically incompatible with mourning dress. It cannot be worn over a veil. It's far too heavy for extended wear. Victoria faces a choice no monarch had confronted before: how to be queen without ceasing to be a widow. 1870. Victoria approaches Gerard & Co., the royal jewelers who had served the British crown for generations. The brief sounds paradoxical. Create a full royal crown, yet small enough to wear over a mourning veil. Nothing like it existed. Before 1870, a reigning monarch in extended mourning was unimaginable. Gerard was solving a problem entirely new to British monarchy. The craftsmen choose silver over gold. Why silver? In the Victorian era, silver settings for diamonds were considered ideal. The metal didn't distract from the play of light in the stones, caught candlelight better. And crucially, silver is lighter than gold. 1,187 diamonds glitter in the delicate framework. Old mine and rose cuts, 132 carats. Maltese crosses alternate with fleur-de-lis around the base. 2 arches cross at the top, crowned by a miniature orb and cross. 9 centimeters in diameter, 160 grams. 10 times lighter than a traditional royal crown. Notice this. Victoria pays for the crown from her personal funds. It remains private property, not a state regalia. Legally, just another piece in her personal collection. Why not make it part of the crown jewels immediately? Perhaps Victoria needed control. State regalia belong to the institution of monarchy. They cannot be altered, sold, given away. Personal property meant, this is mine, I created this for myself, this solves my problem. The 9th of February, 1871, the state opening of Parliament. Britain sees its queen for the first time in 10 years, crowned. But this isn't the imperial state crown. On Victoria's head, the miniature Gerard creation sparkles. 9 centimeters of diamonds over her mourning veil, black satin gown, white lace, widow's cap all in place, and the crown. She'd found a way to be monarch inside her grief. Watch what happens next. 1887, the Golden Jubilee, the crown is there. 1897, the Diamond Jubilee, there again. Every major state occasion, 30 years running. Austrian portraitist Heinrich von Angeli creates an enormous canvas in 1880. 250 by 167 centimeters, the defining portrait of the era. At the center of the composition, 9 centimeters of diamonds on a veil. Photographer Alexander Bassano documents the arrangement. The crown permanently attached to white lace veiling, an additional diamond circlet holding everything secure. Victoria wears this crown daily, for 30 consecutive years, never removing the symbols of mourning. You can picture it. Every morning she pins the crown to her veil, the same motion. Open the case, lift the crown, fasten it. 30 years. Perhaps for her it was a way of not having to choose between two lives, widow and queen. The crown became a bridge, not an ornament, but an instrument of self-forgiveness. 1901, Victoria passes. The small diamond crown is placed on her coffin at Osborne House. Not the imperial state crown, this one. Alexandra of Denmark receives the right to wear the crown. She uses it for 9 years, from 1901 to 1910. Photographs exist. The crown appears in official portraits, at ceremonies. Alexandra may have understood the symbolic weight of this piece. Victoria had reigned for 64 years. For most Britons, she was the only queen they'd ever known. To wear Victoria's crown meant showing continuity. 1910, Mary of Teck receives the crown, holds it for 26 years until 1936. Not a single photograph of her wearing it survives. Why? Personally, this astounds me. Alexandra wears it for 9 years regularly. Documentary evidence exists. Mary owns it longer. Silence. 3 possible explanations. The Georgian era was moving away from Victorian aesthetics. The miniature crown seemed outdated. The size didn't suit her appearance or hairstyles. The crown was too closely bound to Victoria's image. Mary wanted to create her own. Sometimes I think it's the third. Imagine, Mary receives the crown, tries it on, realizes she cannot create her own image with it, puts it away in the treasury. 26 years, that's not forgetting. That's conscious non-choosing. 1937, the new queen consort, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, categorically refuses to wear the crown. Doesn't try it, doesn't defer, refuses immediately. Why does 1937 become the breaking point? Europe stands on the brink of war. Elizabeth is about to become a symbol of national resilience. Victoria's crown carries baggage, seclusion, mourning, distance from the people. Perhaps Elizabeth understood to wear this crown would be to accept that narrative. George VI makes the decision quickly. The crown goes to the Tower of London, not to the royal treasury, to the museum, a public exhibit. Perhaps he understood. The era of wearing the crown had ended. Museum status was the only way to preserve its meaning. Today, millions of Tower visitors see the small diamond crown in the Jewel House, the only crown in the collection not created for a coronation, created to solve a personal human problem. 1,187 diamonds continue to sparkle, 9 centimeters, 160 grams. Queen Victoria emerges from 10 years of seclusion. The state opening of Parliament, the 9th of February, 1871. The miniature Gerard creation glitters over her mourning veil. Perhaps for Victoria, this crown was permission to go on living. Not to choose between Albert's memory and her duties to the empire, to be both women at once. What do you think? Could you wear something that held both your happiest and your darkest days every day for 30 years? Or would the pain be too much? Leave your thoughts below.